say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, bad credit. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let them have it.
I've got my dollars and I sit in my best offer.
We say yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem.
Hello, everyone, and good morning on this TGIF. How's everybody doing this morning? Miss Irene, hello, good morning and welcome. Flipping Goodies, hello, good morning and welcome to you as well. And Tom Cruise, hello, good morning and welcome. And yes, we are on the Facebook side as well. Want to go ahead and first say I have the featured channel of the week. I'll go ahead and post that as we are talking now. I will put that here so that you can check out who the channel is. And it is in the community page of this video, of this channel. So just go to the community page and it should be there. It should work. I did check it to make sure. So yeah. And then also I want to give y'all the opportunity to give our guests a warm welcome. Hello, Cheryl. You should be getting your package. It went out yesterday, day before yesterday. You should be getting one of those notifications with your tracking number. And Miss Carol, hello, good morning and welcome. So give a warm welcome to our guest for the day. Y'all may know who he is. There's some new people in the chat that might not know who our guest is, but we're about ready to find out who he is and a little bit more about this guest. And hello and good morning, Charlotte. And let's bring on our guest for this morning, and that would be Mr. Paul from Antonelli. Hello, Paul.
Good morning. How's everybody?
Good and blessed. And how are you?
Doing well. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's see. While I get your banner, and I'm going to post your link and everything in the top of the chat for the show, I would like you to go ahead and give a brief description of what you do on your channel, what are you doing, and what platforms you sell on, and all that good stuff.
All right. I'll put my link tree in.
Okay.
If I can. That'll give you everything. So I'm Paul Antonelli. I sell on eBay, now Mercari. I did Etsy for a week and I stopped. Bonanza. And I'm slowly venturing into more and more. I have an antique mall booth. Been doing eBay for a long time. I'm in Central Florida. What else do you want to know? I'm sorry.
What platforms you sell on, and a little bit about what you do on your channel.
Okay, the channel is mainly, it's a lot of coaching and how-tos and teaching about reselling. I haven't been on in 2 weeks. I'm going to start doing more pre-records because I am trying to grow the channel also amongst growing my online business. Oh man, I'm sorry. So yeah, you can go back and see videos that I've done about eBay 101, how to do this, how to do that. I did videos on sourcing from home because a lot of people are still nervous about going out. Where I get stuff, I wholesale, how to do wholesale. So a lot of different topics, all gathered around reselling, basically.
All right. Let me, I'm getting some hellos in the chat real quick by typing. And so we'll go ahead and get started. If you have any questions for Mr. Paul, go ahead and put it in the chat. Now, I do want to talk a little bit, and I want to start with this as far as I noticed for a couple of weeks, you were doing this new thing on the morning show about being accountable for things you need to do on a daily basis with your eBay store. Talk a little bit about that and what got you started on doing that series.
It's the same thing because I'm a real estate broker. When I came down to Florida, I transferred down as management with Walmart. Mm-hmm. After a year here, I left and I wanted to change because I was in retail. I opened my first retail store in 1979.
Wow.
So I went into real estate. And after 5 years, I became a broker. After another year, I bought a franchise. I had 13 agents. So when you're a broker, you also have to train your agents.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was with Coldwell Banker for a while, I was the trainer also, because I was always into tech and always, people would always come to my office and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I took a lot of what I used to teach there and brought it to reselling.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people say, well, they get the squirrel effect and you're off and running and you can't get focused. And I would tell them, you got a time block. If you're at home, you put the blinders on from 7 to 9, you do this and you get it done. And then, you take a break. And then maybe from 9:30 to 10:30, you do this. Because what happens, a lot of people, as soon as they get up in the morning, the first thing they do is they grab their cell phone and they start looking at their emails and their text messages. And before you know it, it's noontime. So I would tell them, I said, just stay the course, make it so at 4 o'clock you answer your emails. Or some people get nervous too. Oh, I got an offer from eBay. I got to answer that right away. No, you don't. You get 24 hours minimum.
Yeah.
Answer all your offers at 4 o'clock, 4:30. Do all your other stuff. So in the morning shows when I was doing it, I would tell people, this is what I do every morning. I go to eBay. I look at the offers. I look at my listings. I submit offers. I see if I have anything that needs to be packed and shipped, and I take care of all that. I go to Macari. I answer those offers. I see if I need anything to be packed, and I'll make a couple of offers. Now I'm done. Now I could spend the rest of the day sourcing or with my wife, whatever. And I do that every day. And I say, I know everybody's not going to do it 7 days a week. So take Saturday and Sunday to go sourcing, or take Friday and Saturday to go sourcing.
Right.
Money-making activities is what I like to call it, basically.
Right. Yeah, I know. We talk a little bit about that in the morning show here and there about doing time blocking, because everybody asks us, well, how do you get all this done in a day? I seem to be, you get caught up in like the rabbit hole of YouTube and watching videos, and you don't get your things done. And I talk a lot about doing that same thing by going in, doing time blocks, time out what you want to do for that day. And if you start getting into a routine, that'll help you get those things that you need done on a daily basis.
Right.
And that's why I do that as well. And again, I do answer when I first wake up and I'm still waking up having my coffee. One of the things I don't do is I don't look at my phone. So when I do get in the office, I do check all my platforms I sell on, making sure there's nothing I need to pack. Whatever needs to be packed, I get that done first. So once you get in the hang of it, you won't have to sit there and time block, because then you'll have that routine of what you want to do on a daily basis. Yep. Then it'll come natural to you.
Because they say after you've been doing something, after you've been doing a routine for 3 weeks, it becomes routine now.
Exactly.
So you should be able to just keep going with it.
And that's what's important about when you first starting out, is to do that. Put those blindfolds on and only do your time slots, because that way you will be able to start getting into that routine. Then again, every now and then you might want to change it up, but still do your time slots where you don't have to think about it.
Right. And Ulysses eats meatballs?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yep.
Where did his morning show go? I haven't been on for 2 weeks because there's a lot of stuff happening in my personal life here. And I have a VA, a virtual assistant. I've been making a point to fine tune what he does for me. So also for him, it can become routine.
Right.
Where am I telling him I want my shipping? Where am I telling him I want the weight? What do I want him to do here and there? And this week, it's been 2 weeks. This week, he's been like right on it. It's like, I hope they have a Starbucks in the Philippines so I can send him a coffee, because he's been very good this week. But
go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I've been trying to get as much listed as possible. So I've been between 20 and 39 listings a day.
Awesome.
For the last week.
Now, how did you get this virtual assistant? Is that something that you do through some kind of cross-listing post thing, or how do you get
it? Is because he'll put it on eBay and then anywhere else I want it. The reason I've only done Etsy for a week is I didn't realize they charge you 20 cents per listing every month, no matter if it sells or not.
Yeah.
So I mean, I only had 10 items up there, I think, and they were in the average price of $25. They don't sell in 2 months. Now they're $25.50 or whatever, you know.
Right.
If I had something for $100, I would probably leave it there. But I didn't like that, so I stopped. Bonanza doesn't do that, so I kept the listings up there. Macari, I have to tell
Jennifer says they only do it every 4 months.
What was that?
They only charge you every 4 months.
No, I have. I've been charged twice now.
Interesting.
So I pulled everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because I only get charged 20 cents every 4 months.
I got charged when I listed it after the first week, and then as soon as September 1st hit, I got charged again. So I stopped.
And how many you had listed on there?
10.
Oh, okay.
So I stopped. But I have to tell everybody, I used to do Amazon, and then Amazon went nuts with their, we're going to charge you like this piece here. What is this? Half an inch by whatever. We're going to charge you $2 storage fee for that. No. You're going to charge me $2 storage for a comic book. You guys are done. I'm done. If I do Amazon again, I pulled everything off Amazon. I said, if I do Amazon again, it'll be merchant fulfilled. And I'll take the dollar hit on everything that sells. But yeah, so Macari has replaced Amazon for me. I don't know about you, but Macari gets a little bit more money than eBay lately.
Yeah.
So I've been very happy with that. And hello, Jennifer Hayes. How are you doing?
Amazon's been ridiculous with their charges. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that.
And I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. I know there's a lot of people in here I know. There's a lot of people in here I don't know. Hello. Sorry I haven't seen you in a while, but thanks for coming in the show.
Also, if you have not checked out his channel, Paul's channel link is at the top in the blue box above the chat. And it's also in the description bar below. The one up and above in the blue box also has his link tree, so you can reach him out through any of the medias that he has linked in there. I sell fast-selling products on Amazon, so I don't have to worry about storage fees too much. I heard something in reference to with Amazon, whereas if something doesn't sell and you want to pull it, they charge you to ship it back to you?
Yeah, or you can donate it and take the tax credit or whatever.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Wow. So I want to talk a little bit about what's in the back of you over there, because I know you said you've been doing this for quite a while. You used to have a storefront. And I know every now and then when you would have an auction, people will be asking you about what's behind you. Is it ever for sale? So talk a little bit about what's all that behind you and why they're in glass cases and what are you doing with all that kind of stuff. And I also know you sell on them, so go ahead.
Right. Well, like I said, I opened my first store in '79. It was a video store. Mm-hmm. When video was really good to be in. My only competition was 4 or 5 towns away.
Oh, wow.
But I always diversified in all the stores I opened. And then after a while, I had a comic store, then another comic store. I have opened and sold so many businesses. It's crazy. But I've always been a collector. I'm 62. I sold at my first comic book convention. We actually bought a table and sold when I was 16 in Boston. So I've been collecting for a long time, comics and toys. And this stuff here, like, this is my Beatles collection. This is just some extra stuff that I collected along the way. But these here is what everybody asked me about.
Yeah.
All my action figures, old Aurora model kits.
I see Godzilla.
Yep. Big stuff like Castle Grayskulls up there. I mean, this is a 12-foot long wall just full of toys and figures and everything.
Wow. Charlotte said for 62, wow, you look good, Paul.
Yeah, color helps. I figured if women can color their hair, I can color my beard.
So if any of that stuff behind you, do you ever plan on thinking about selling that in an auction or anything, or you just plan on keeping it?
I've started already. Yeah, I haven't touched the small figures yet, but you'll notice there's a lot of the boxed stuff.
Yeah.
That I've already started to sell. Now the bad thing, I was up at 3:00 this morning. I sold a set of the Fantastic Four with Doctor Doom. $289.
Wow.
And the guy wants his money back because it's missing. It hasn't got there, so it's stalled somewhere, and it's only going to Texas.
Wow.
11-hour drive away. So, well, actually 12-hour drive away. So I said, here's the tracking. It's, I sell them, but I don't deliver them.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's beyond my, what I could do. So I had to call couldn't call. I had to put in a claim with the post office for the third time in this week. And they said, we'll get back to you in 2 days. We'll get back to you in 2 days. Well, every 2 days I don't hear from them, so I put another thing in.
Have you ever thought about going to the tracking number and putting in the USPS and then also add your name into the person you're looking for and then do a search on that? 9 times out of 10, that will start another trigger for you to get back in the system.
Yeah, because now when you look, it says, when you look at the tracking, when you get an update, it says claim filed. So they are into it, but that's it. They're not getting back to me with anything.
Tina wants to know, Paul, where is your favorite place to source for these collectibles?
Oh, boy. It's a two-part question, Resale. Are you going to source them to collect, or are you sourcing them to resale? These days when I source, it's only for resale. So stuff like this. Now I bought 3 of these at, what was the name of the place? Sam, what was the name? Oh, Ross. Okay, Ross in the back sells toys. So I bought almost every Marvel Legends they had, and they only had a dozen. This one is the last one I have. I sold the other 2 for $29 a piece.
Is that the ones that are like a big Build-A-Fig?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have
those do really well.
Yep. They have the piece there.
Yeah, I saw the top of the box.
So check out Ross if you have Ross. That's a good place to, and I resell everything I get on Ross. That was the first time I've been there in a year.
Oh, wow.
And I only went because somebody on the action figure board said, oh, Ross got a whole collection of Marvel Legends. And they're cheap. They were $10, $9.99.
Wow.
So doubled my money because I don't do free shipping. And they had other stuff too. They had these, what look like G.I. Joes, but they're licensed by the United States Army. They're play sets.
Really?
So I bought a lot. I bought half of what they had there.
Yeah, Tina says she does it for resale.
Yep. And another place I've heard about, we have a couple here. It's called DD's something. I don't know if they're all over the country. DD's Discounts or something like that. I always thought it was a woman's store. But apparently they got them also. The reason I went to Ross is because Ollie's next door, people were putting in that they had Marvel Legends and Transformers. So I went into Ollie's and I was able to get 2 Transformer figures and 2 of the Marvel Legends they had. So needless to say, by the time I left both stores, my wife's trunk was full.
The Selling Sniper says it's DDS Discounts.
Yes. Yep.
Wendy says, so what great to see you back, Paul.
Hey, Wendy. How are you? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Hello and welcome, Wendy. So I want you to talk a little bit about, for those who are still new at getting into reselling, because we do have some people that you may not know in the chat. And I know some people do these pallets and they go in by storage lockers.
Yep.
But you tend to do more wholesale lots or wholesale buys.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that and how does someone get into that, and where would be some easy places for them to find that kind of stuff. And I want to say hello and welcome to Marcus Dixon Pixon. Hello and good morning.
Hello, Dixon. Wife's trunk was full. That sounds bad. I have a truck. I have a pickup truck, but I don't tend to drive it that much. Paul, do you use BrickSeek? I am just learning about it. I have, but man, if you're going to do BrickSeek, you are going to be on the road every effing day, for lack of a better word. I mean, that's what it is. All right. I mean, the good thing about BrickSeek is, let's say this is a 1 per case, which is, this is the rare piece. You're going to put the barcode into BrickSeek, and it's going to tell you which stores have stock. Now, the only time that's really good if it's Target, because I used to be an assistant manager with Target. Target knows their inventory. Every box that comes off the truck is scanned, and it goes on the shelf or it goes onto the floor. Walmart knows nothing about their inventory. They just know, they get their little tells on now. Oh, yeah, it says we have 20 in stock. Great, I'll take 10. Yeah, I don't know where they are. That's what it is. Because their stuff comes off the truck, goes on the conveyor, and it's put on a pallet for domestics or toys. Then they put the pallet away. Where is the pallet? How the hell do I know? It's over there somewhere with 50 other pallets. So Walmart, BrickSeek could say, oh, yeah, the Walmart in Dorchester has 10. Maybe they'll have 1 on the shelf. Maybe.
If that.
Yeah. And then if you go try to ask somebody, hey, there's 9 left in this store. Can you tell me, can you show me or whatever? They could be stolen. They could be on layaway. Nobody knows. So there's no way to find out. Hey, Tommy, how are you? There's still hope for this country. Yeah. Vote for us.
That's right.
But BrickSeek, yeah, you're forever going to be driving and looking and getting frustrated. An easier way to do BrickSeek is, and you could do this on Google, find out the dates that big box stores, Home Depot, Walmart, Target, are redoing their mods. Their mods are the sections that they set up, the toy section, the domestic section, whatever. Find out the dates, and you can find them out, of when those mods come down. Because when that happens, that's when they're going to start moving out all the old inventory.
Yep.
And that's when you go visit the stores. And it's, BrickSeek is good. Would I pay the $30 for BrickSeek? No.
I know when I first heard about it, I didn't pay for it. I just wanted to try it out because they said you can do the free version. And I didn't like it because of the fact, if I was looking for something in particular, and I would put it in there to look at it, and they would say, okay, this store has 10. But when you get there, there's none in the section. No one knows about it. And I don't use it. I just do my thing, and I go to my little department set in the stores that I want to go to, because sometimes that does not work. But why pay the money when I don't know. I don't find it works.
Right. The only toys I buy direct from the distributor. I've had my distributor, I've been buying now from the same distributor for probably 15 years. Mm-hmm. When I started to get active again and I wanted to do more toys and stuff, I figured, hey, if I buy a case, there's one set for me, and then I could sell the other set, and hopefully mine will cost me less money.
Right.
Lately,
Sniper says YouTuber Richie Hustler kills it with BrickSeek, but he does get frustrated when it says that there was inventory and it isn't there.
Right. Yeah. Yep. The only thing I don't like about buying new toys is you got places like my cost is $1 less than what Walmart buys them for, sells them for. Marvel Legends. Not all the toys are like that, but Marvel Legends are. And now you got places like Amazon that's in bed with Hasbro, and they're had to cancel show today.
Thank you for letting me know, Kath.
I'm sorry, that just threw me off. Amazon's in bed with Hasbro now. They're doing their own exclusives, and they're doing the same thing now. They're selling for $1 more than I buy them for. And then I'm paying ridiculous shipping, even though the place is here. So it's crazy.
All right, I'm highlighting you because Tommy says, on my phone with the reflections just right from the glass behind Paul, it looks like he's got a birthday hat.
Yeah, Tommy.
Is it?
No, I don't have a birthday hat on. Wait a minute. Okay. No, you still need the other one?
Maybe the other right?
Okay, all better?
Hello, Paul. How are you doing? The other Paul's in the house. Angie, hello and good morning and welcome. Let's see here. 2 over, Paul.
2 over.
So it must be the other way. Your other right.
It should be fine now. It was this one. Okay. Yep. Hey, Carol, how are you?
Let's see. Okay, they're talking to each other. All better now. Okay. It was a reflection from in the glass. Okay.
Yep.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about, because there's some people in here that's thinking about doing, like you were saying in one of your videos, about how you do wholesale. How does one, if they're looking at getting into it and they're just starting out, what would they need to do, look into to get into a wholesale?
First thing is to get a tax ID number. And that's easy. Mm-hmm. I think the most it might cost you is $5 or $10 to get a tax ID number. And that sets you up as a business. I mean, I have my tax ID number that renews every year. And yeah, I have my corporate paperwork. So all you do, you go on to Google, you search what you want to sell. I don't recommend toys. Everybody's into toys lately. It's crazy. I contacted Tops. I said, can you give me a list of your distributors? Because I'd like to start selling cards again. And I used to be from Massachusetts. Hopefully will be again. I contacted my distributor up there that I used to buy cards from. And they said, we're not taking on any new clients. So you just have to, 3 weeks later, Tops gave me the list. This is all the distributors that we have. I didn't call them. I sent an email. I attached my tax ID number and my corporate paperwork. I said, I'm interested in opening an account with your company. Can I have the details? Here is mine. Attached. I got response back from 2. We cannot handle the clients we have now. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. We'll contact you when we have an opening or when we can. So that's just one thing. But go on to Google, search for what you're looking for. I don't know. Put it in the chat. Give me an idea of what you want to buy wholesale.
And Tommy asked, have you ever looked into drop shipping?
Never. Too much bad vibes with drop shipping.
Right.
You know, Amazon, eBay, they claim they shut your account off and stuff, and It's too inconsistent. I like to control the product. I don't want to list it until I have it, so I know what's going on with the product. Right. Plus, I know a lot about drop shipping, but I don't like it. I don't like having someone else control my orders, and I don't want to get dings on my account. But
I'd be scared to do that.
What was that?
I'd be scared to do that drop shipping.
Yeah.
And Paul just made a statement, which I was going to make a comment about that too, because we just read it last weekend, I think it was. There's Tops and some other company that's being sold out to another corporation where they won't be using the Tops. They lost the rights to their Tops, and I can't remember the other company.
Oh, wow.
Cards, so they won't be having any more Tops anytime soon after they sell out.
Wow.
Yeah, it
No,
was on the
but
news.
that's all you got to do if you want to buy wholesale. I mean, I opened in the last 3 months. I opened up accounts because Jerry was into it and he was talking to me about it. So I opened up an account with the place that sells rock and roll T-shirts. Took me a week back and forth. We need this, we need that. Okay. Here it is. All right, you're approved. So you go in. They just came out with the Rolling Stones new. This was a month ago. The Rolling Stones new T-shirt and AC/DC retro T-shirt. It's a $500 minimum. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell $500 in rock and roll T-shirts. You got to buy, you got to buy a dozen smalls, a dozen mediums, a dozen. I mean, and then what happens if you sell out of all the larges? Now you're going to go do another $500 minimum order. So I didn't do that. I opened up and got approved for an account with several different, like Mondo. They sell albums and toys, and they're ridiculous. I think they're $1,000 minimum order every time. So
Wow.
and it's like you can't just buy one, you got to buy a case lot of everything. So it's 12 of this, 12 of that. So you got to there's places I probably have 5 to 6 accounts open with companies that I haven't even used yet. They keep sending me the information, but it's like, I can't justify buying from you yet. Thank you for opening the account. Keep sending me your information. Now, Jerry says you'll be able to sell the rock and roll shirts, no problem. But
that's a gamble you're taking if you don't know what they have.
Exactly.
Thomas says eBay allows drop shipping if you do it correctly. And then he came back and said, where right here. You have to have contacts from drop shipping with eBay. I don't know. I just haven't done it. I don't know.
Yeah, I stay away from it.
Now, when you're doing any type of wholesales like that, is every company has their own requirements, sort of a minimum buy when doing that with the wholesales once you get approved?
Yep. My the toy distributors, typically there's some that have $300 minimum orders, some $500 minimum order. The thing lately I don't like about even the distributor I buy from now, they're soliciting for toys that are possibly coming out in January and February.
Wow.
It's too far away. I don't like that. I just don't like that.
Wow. Let's see. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Hello and welcome. If you have not checked out Paul's channel, it is in the top blue box of the chat. I also want to drop, because I do see, if you're still here, every Friday morning I do change out the featured channel for the week. And here's the link for that, which is Mr. Jimmy is this week's featured channel for the week. Let's see here. I'm going to try to get caught up in the comments. If you have any questions for Paul, go ahead and put them in the chat. Let's see here. Everyone, Johnny, Paul grew hair on their heads.
So you're going to ask me when I started my YouTube channel?
That was going to be my next question. So when did you start and why? You've been waiting so you don't forget the date. That's why.
I have it right here pulled up because I forgot. Joined February 19th, 2007.
Oh, wow.
Myra, I don't know if she's on here. She posted one of my early videos from 2007. Of course, back then it was all real estate related, but they're still on my channel.
Now, do you still do your real estate in the area you're living in, and how does that work with you with what you do with eBay?
I am not. I sold my office, sold the franchise office, and I've done probably 2 sales since then. I'm trying to stay away from it, and plus, we're gearing up to move home. It's coming to that now.
Paul says Paul was one of the YouTube originals, right?
That's about it, man. That's about it. I mean, if anybody's from Florida and you know the Appliance Direct commercials, I rip him off on one of the old channels, my old videos. I was interviewed on TV once, and that's on there. And different stuff, but real
So
estate
when-
related.
And so when did you actually start doing your reselling? I know you said you were buying wholesale stuff, but when did you actually start reselling with the eBay and any platforms online?
On eBay, I started eBay when it was, and I brought that up here, Auction Web.
Oh, wow.
Um,
That was between the time they had the money orders, right? And checks?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I started before it was eBay. I had a comic store, and I used to advertise in a magazine called Toy Shop,
Mm-hmm.
which was like a newspaper, but it was a magazine.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were doing a ton of mail order all over the world. That was the way to go back then. And then these auction sites, I think there was like 4 or 5 auction sites that started to pop up on the internet, and started to do that. And all of a sudden, Auction Web, and then it became eBay. And it's like, I'm doing more on the web than I am in the store.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold the store. And one thing I had to sell with the store was my eBay
Business name?
account. Yeah. So I did that. And that's when I took over my wife's account, which I still have to this day. But yeah, I mean, back then it was going to the post office every day with a ton of money orders, and they would say, "Oh, you got to come back later. We don't have enough money in the till right now because we just opened 2 hours ago." Or they used to get an envelope with the dime and the quarter and the stuff taped to a piece of cardboard. Those were the fun days, though. Those were the cool days.
I remember doing that myself when I was buying stuff. So yeah. So if anybody has any questions, make sure you put it in the chat. Now, when did you actually start Amazon, and what made you stop with the Amazon? Because I know see some new people coming in.
eBay used to be AuctionNet. I thought it was Auction Watch, but according to Google, originally called Auction Web. eBay was founded by Audemars, and that's when he sold his Pez and that type of stuff.
Right.
But what was the question? I'm sorry.
When did you actually start doing Amazon, and why did you stop?
Oh, I started doing Amazon 7 years ago. And then 3 years ago, I got real heavy into it, and I started shipping stuff in, FBA, a ton of stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, everybody's selling the same stuff. And then Amazon went freaky with their fees and everything. And the last 6 months, it came down to, it's almost like they don't want the small sellers anymore. And now last week, you got to have a huge liability policy, insurance policy, to be a FBA seller on there. So it's, I said, I don't want this anymore. And I'm doing more on eBay. I don't need this anymore. So I just stopped.
Yeah.
And if I ever start Amazon again, it'll be merchant fulfilled. I'll still control everything.
Now, when you do that, if you were to do that, do you still have to have the $100,000, $1 million policy of liability?
I'm not sure. I think you have to have that policy because your stuff is in their warehouse.
Right.
I think that's one of the factors in it.
Judy may want to know
anything using COD. Not in a long time. I have sent several things in the past COD.
Yeah, I have never, but I have bought stuff with COD, but I've never sold. I didn't start selling on eBay till 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
In July, yeah. July the 24th was my first day of selling on eBay that I actually got started. So I've only been doing it for 2 years, a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
Let's see. Angie says, I'm so old I used a rotary phone. You know, the funny thing about that, a lot of people today does not know what that means.
Right.
How to use it.
And if you still have one that's a funky color, like the green or the pink
Olive
or
green
whatever.
or whatever, avocado green.
Yep, good money.
My mom had one on the wall that she had this long cord where she can go from the phone to the living room and watch TV and go to the stove and cook or get some from the refrigerator. So, yeah.
Yep. That's when you knew you made it, when you had the really long cord.
Yeah. She had this thing on the end of it to where it wouldn't get tangled up.
Oh,
And it
yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
turn.
The automatic winder.
Yeah. My grandmother, I remember when they used to have the rotary back in the day when you only had to dial 4 numbers to call somebody. So
Yep.
that's been
I
a
was
long
at
time.
a live auction online, and they were selling a collection of matchbook covers that were old, and it said, Cincinnati 499 or whatever, or they would show the old phone numbers and stuff like, wow, those things are old.
Yep, 3 or 4 numbers is all you had to dial.
Yep.
So now that we're going to go talk, and you just mentioned auctions, are you still going to be doing any more auctions on your channel? Because I know for a while you were doing it where you were doing the Wednesday where anybody can come on, and then you had other auctions you had planned during the weeks. What's happening with that, and what's your future plans for that on your channel?
Yeah, I haven't, like I said, when we started, I haven't done much in the last 2 weeks because I've been trying to focus on getting as much stuff listed, getting my VA 100% or 90% to where I'm happy. And I haven't done swap meet now in 2 weeks, but I have a need to do an auction because I have stuff that I don't want to list on eBay. Like I have a flat of die cast cars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sit here and list 54 die cast cars one at a time on eBay. So it's easy for me to do an online auction and just get the stuff out. I still have a ton of wholesale stuff I could do. Like when I bought the stuff at the ASD show and when it was here in Orlando, I reordered because that's original booth stuff that I bought almost flew out everything. So many people were buying the soaps and everything from me that I reordered. I might have ordered a little too much, like 50 cases of the
Oh my God, 50 cases?
And 50 cases of the makeup wipes. So I might have ordered a little too much. But I still have that. I've still been giving wholesale deals out on that. But I will start doing more stuff. I started this listing challenge. That's a private group, a membership-only group. There's no fee. It was just a membership-only group for people that wanted not only motivation, but accountability. And the accountability is if you don't post your stuff within 2 days, you're removed from the group. So it kind of gives you a little incentive to stay with it. And then I do a private video call every Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So
now,
go ahead.
Speaking of the Monday show, talk a little bit about that and why you started doing that type of videos on Monday.
It's not on YouTube. It's on the it's only on the private. You have to be a member of the listing challenge. And to tell you the truth, I shut it off at 10 people. And to be brutally honest, 90% of the people are the people I know from Facebook that either wanted to start reselling, didn't know much about reselling, or were stuck in the rut of doing their Facebook auctions because there's more Facebook auctions than there are YouTube auctions. So I said, listen, this is private. Nobody's going to see what goes on. Nobody's going to see questions or be able to spam us or whatever. It's only people in the group. And I limited it to 10 people because I wanted to work out the kinks if there were any. Mm-hmm. I have an Excel sheet where everybody puts in it says like my name, Paul, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You put how many listings you did every day at the end of the day. It counts them up for you so you can see how many you've done. Mm-hmm. It's 4 weeks of that. And then the last one is put last month's sales. Now put this month's sales. And it'll show you how much you've improved. Hopefully everybody improves. So that's a little bit more motivation for them.
But they have to sign up on that on the Facebook group. But what I was talking about was for a while you were doing a video a week or during the week where you basically would show how you start your day and how you do things on a daily basis to do time slots. I want you to talk about that.
Yeah, I haven't done that again. I was doing it at 8:30 between your show and Victoria's. I'll probably come back and do a 30-minute show again like that.
Oh, okay.
But and basically what it is this is what I do every morning. Like some people, as soon as I get up in the morning, I'm going to look at Brickseek, not mentioning any names, and I'm going to see what the deals are today. What I do when I get up and I turn on the computer is, all right, I go to eBay. I see if I have to ship anything today. I see if there's any offers that came in that I want to counter or accept. I go into my listings and see if I can send any offers. All done. Any messages? Good. Now I go to Macari, do the exact same thing. Now I go to Bonanza, do the exact same thing. Right. Every day, first thing in the morning. And that's it. Now I can go on in the afternoon, spend time with the honey, go do some, some shopping, or stay here, open up some websites and do some auction shopping. See if any auctions are ending today. And that's it. And every day, the first thing in the morning, get it done first thing in the morning so I don't have to worry about it. Yep. And then I go on and list.
Now, Paul, Edward has a question for you. Are you ever going to be doing a mystery box for purchase?
That's another reason I want to do an auction. I have a large mystery box that I put together here that I want to sell. So I don't know. I'll either pop up and do an auction, or I'll try to get in with somebody that's doing an auction and see if I can get in. I have a few things that I'd like to move. Great balls of fire, Paul. I heard shopping. Oh.
And Pammy says she missed seeing you.
Oh, thank you, Pam. I miss you guys too. And thank you, everybody, for the kind words and texts and emails and everything when Sandy and I were really sick. That was really nice of you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yesterday, this has nothing to do about reselling or anything like that. I didn't even tell Sandy yet. On the way coming home from going to the post office, I stopped at Dollar Tree. And I picked up, actually, I'm addicted to Ruffles chips. I keep looking for their spicy ones. So I'm in line. There's this elderly lady in a walker thing, and her son, who's probably my age. They're going through cards. Mom, this one's not working. What's going on? I have $200 on the card. This one's not working. What's going on? Come on. We're going to have to put all this stuff back. The lady behind me says, I'll pay for it. It's like, wow. $113, and the lady behind me paid for it. I said, well, that was awesome. Yeah. That was very, very nice of her. That was great.
I feel like that was a joke set up.
Oh no, it was actually true, and it's like, wow, that blew me away.
Thank you so much, Missy. She says she's watching us, listening, and working. Have a great day and great weekend. Yes. Justin hit the 20,000 subscribers. Oh, awesome!
20,000. Justin. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Justin, I'll give you $5 for 1,000 of them.
I'll be honest with you, I've done that before. That it could be something that is, they know that they have so much on the card, and some can be wrong with the card reader. They're having issues because that's a lot of times that people have issues using a card, knowing that they have the money on it. And I've done that many a times. Now, I've had the weirdest thing where I've paid for some. I was at one of the restaurants. We took and picked up an order, called it in, and I went pick it up on the way home. And there was a cop standing there waiting for his food. And usually you don't pay for it till the food is done. And so I told the owner, which I know very well, I said, look, I'm going to pay for his food. I mean, when it comes to police officers and firefighters, I don't mind buying their food because they're working for us. So I did, and went to leave, and his food was coming up, and the guy says, well, it's been taken care of. He said, you didn't have to do that. He said, not going to pay for it. I said, I just want to show you how grateful we are about what you do in the community. Oh, well, thank you. And then you just never know. Somebody may be having a bad day because it looked like he wasn't happy. But it's just a matter of just that one gesture, no matter, and I always talk about this as far as like helping somebody out, whether it's monetary, just a hello, make them laugh, help them with something they're having issues with. Those little things will go a long way by paying it forward. It does not necessarily have to be money-wise, but yeah, you just never know when you're going to make somebody's day.
Right.
Let's see. Holy cow. Yes, 20K. Awesome. We'll always pay for cops lunch at Waffle House. Yeah. Johnny, this is a switch. I finally going to bed instead of waking up and catching your show. Thank you so much, Miss Nancy. Thanks, Chuck. That was very kind. I don't think I'm anything special. Yes, you are. He's the one that we call him the Walmart King. All these special hidden clearances he finds.
Yep.
I would be interested in helping you clearing out some of your inventory behind you, guy. Nice to said she just subbed to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I can use as many subs as I can get.
When someone else wants what you would wait. When someone asks, what would you do if you won a lottery? But I always think it'd be fun to randomly buy people's groceries or something. Yeah. Let's see. You don't know what someone has gone in their life, and nice gestures will help them get through the day. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yep.
Kajun, Little Miss Q says, we were just talking about that random act of kindness is very important to me. Yes. Nancy says, I pulled an all-nighter last night, got a lot of stuff sorted. Awesome.
Yeah, that's another thing I've been doing is sorting my eBay room.
Yeah. So for those who are new in the community, because we do have a lot of people who are still thinking about what to, and there's some people that are in the chat that they're not even sure if they want to start selling, but they come in and support the morning show. And again, it not necessarily has to be someone who's a reseller, but there's always somebody who's thinking about it. What would be some of the tips you would give them if they were thinking about it and they came to your show and they were asking for advice? What recommendations would you give somebody if they're wanting to think about getting into reselling on any platform?
Just do it. You don't keep thinking about it. Just do it. It's the same thing about doing YouTube videos. I used to tell my agents all the time, just do the damn video. Yeah. Go back 6 months and see what you look like. But take stuff in your house that you're not using anymore and list it. But don't forget, you have to ship it.
Yeah.
But list it. Get it listed. Get some stuff up there. And if you're worried about not having good feedback, start buying some inexpensive stuff for yourself or your house or whatever. Give feedback and then ask the seller, can you please give me feedback? And that's one way to grow your feedback fast, because now feedback is important.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it wasn't as important. But just get the stuff listed. Now, one thing I can tell you that, because a lot of people in some of my shows, they said, gee, Paul, I'd like to get 500, 600 items listed. But the last time I had that many, it took me an hour to find one item. So I went to Walmart and I bought the banker's boxes. Mm-hmm. They come in either 10s or 3 packs. Mm-hmm. And I put a label on the front, box 1, box 2, box 3. I get my items on the SKU because you're the only one that's going to see the SKU line. This is in box 1. So I just put box 1. The box is beside me. Once it's full, now I go to box 2. So in my eBay room, I have the metal racks, the chrome ones. I think they're also called bakery racks, and they're all there. Now, once one starts to get empty, and I know that, instead of going to box 24, now I can go back to, I put this in box 1. And that's, so when you sell something, it's going to come up. This is in box 1. Go grab it. This is in box 10, or whatever. Now, one of the guys that was on my show, Michael Wheels, he said, I also put where I bought it and how much it cost me on that line also. Mm-hmm. So he keeps track of it. But
now, when Paul's saying the SKU part, for those who are just starting out, it's the third line. When you start a listing, it's going to be the very third from the top of your title is the third little block that you can write whatever you want in that little block. and only you see that when that item sells. So it could be where you have it located, how much you paid for it, where you got it at. So that way you can keep track of that. And that's what I do on every one of my items. I'll even abbreviate like retail arbitrage, RAWM for Walmart, on clearance, and what did I pay for it. And for me, I do all mine, and everybody does it different. For me, I do everything in sections. Like I have all my puzzles in one section, all my games in one, all my dolls in another, all the boys' toys in another, Christmas, and on and on and on. So you need to work out however it works for you. And like in his case, by banker's boxes. Some people use crates, totes, whatever.
Yep. Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Excuse me. When this is what's sold on your seller hub. So I go here, like this hat, it tells me it's in box 7. This action figure set, it's in box 22. Then it also tells me this sold via promoted listings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way to know if the promoted listings is working for you.
So do you even put what you bought it for or where you got it from?
On some items I do. Most of them I do not. But like this, I know I paid 50 cents for it.
Right.
This, I know I paid $5 for it. So some stuff I do, some stuff I don't. I also have a Excel sheet that I could
shipping to do today.
I have an Excel sheet that I could put everything in.
Right. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and that's basically what I do too, and it helps me for when I do my little clips of what's sold, and I haven't done any videos lately because I'm listing a lot. So for me, that's the only reason why I haven't put out any videos in the last week, because of that. So Steven wants to know, what is the best way to do an auction? First of all, when you're doing an auction, you make sure you have the items you want to know and do your research on how much you want to sell it for. If you're doing a lot, how much you want to start the lot for. If it's a buy it now, you want to make sure you do buy it now or a starting bid. If you want to do free shipping, you want to make sure you know how much that's going to cost you to ship. Because that way, some people put it in the cost of their starting bid. The biggest thing is when you do an auction, make sure you are available to ship those items out immediately upon invoicing and getting paid. That is a very big problem that's being going on right now in a lot of the auctions that I've been hearing about. But for me, that's what my thought is. If you're going to do it, just do it, get your feet wet. But make sure you are ready to ship after payment of invoice. And you want to make sure you don't wait. I've had an email come to me yesterday. Somebody bought something on the 20th of auction, on an auction on the 28th. They paid for it, but there's no shipping, no invoicing, no tracking number. That's important too. You have to make sure you give your customers those tracking numbers. What about what you think, Paul? What's your answer for that?
Yeah, no, it's about the same thing. I don't, if he's talking about on eBay, I only do 1 or 2 items that are questionable or the price is all over the place, you know. So I'll start it where I want to start it, and then I'll let it go.
Yeah.
Most of it's all buy it now.
Yeah, I don't do auctions on eBay because I've seen too many times where, you know, somebody starts something at a penny.
Yep.
Why, I don't know. Some people do start at high. I just don't understand the concept of why and where they start their bidding.
Well, if you look at the people that started at a penny, their shipping is probably 3 times as much as it should be.
Yeah.
So they're getting the money one way or the other.
Right.
Paul, do
I don't know.
any
Let's see.
yes,
any
a little.
thrifting or sourcing anywhere else other than wholesaling?
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of high bid, and I'm going to be putting out a video soon of like one of my best buys on high bid. But yeah, I have done thrifting.
Don't y'all have in your area the Amazon bins?
Goodwill bins.
Yep. Yeah, Thomas said he uses filing cabinets for his inventory. And again, it's whatever works best for you because you can't find it.
Tommy's stuff is like this, a piece of paper. That's it. Let me just put them on the shelf, 1,000 high.
Good morning, Glenn. Best thing you can do for yourself when you're starting out is buy yourself a digital scale in pounds and ounces for shipping. You're right about that. Free shipping is strange to do because it's difficult for me. Yeah, it is hard, but depending on the zip code where it's going. I don't do eBay auctions. I don't either.
I think I have 2 right now, and it's only because the price was all over the place. Excuse me.
Talking about I like taking risk. Found an item for bulk, 1 penny starting bid. See, I just don't know about that. I guess that's just me. And then again, it's not for everybody.
Right.
When you're doing that. So what I want to do now, before I open the panel to anyone who would like to come on, I want you to go ahead and talk a little bit about your channel, what's going on your channel, and anything coming up in the future, and how they can get in touch with you, and where you sell on.
Okay, so sell on. I'll put my email in if anybody wants to reach out. I can remember how to spell my name. But that should be right. I like that Lone Star Picker.
He does that every time he comes in the room.
That's very cool.
Good morning. Good to see you.
I sell on eBay, Macari, Bonanza, my own website, toysandstuffcollectibles.com, that I'm trying to revamp now also. My channel, I will start doing the show again. I just had to go through a few things, like I was doing my eBay room and getting my VA up to snuff on everything and getting as much stuff listed. So I will start doing that again. And mainly, I'm not a coach, but I do like sharing what I know. And the thing is, even though I've been on eBay for years, they still change the game every 6-7 months or so. So it's always new. It's always different. Something's always changing.
Right.
So I always tell people I don't know everything, but a lot of times people in the chat can help because they dealt with it or they know it also.
Right.
Now
also talk about your Facebook group that you have going on with people for that.
Facebook group is right now, the September one is shut off. I capped it at 10 people because you had to start at the beginning to see the difference. I probably will do another one in October. It's for people that want, it's the kick in the tuchus or the accountability factor. And basically what it is just keep doing this in the morning. These are good places to source if you don't want to go out. List minimum. I always say minimum of 3 items a day. People talk about the algorithm on, you got to do this to the title. You got to do that to the title. The algorithm is the more stuff you put on eBay, the more new people come in, and then they want to see what else you have because the link is just to the right. Other items from this seller, whatever it's called.
Right.
So they're going to look at that. So that's basically your big algorithm. And I'm going to get into that in a couple of weeks.
That's Missy.
Missy.
The Nice Tea is her screen name. The Nice Tea. Like iced tea, but nice tea.
I think she might have been talking about that song. I'm Nice Tea.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about what you do with that and how that works for people when they come in and the amount of people you allow each month.
I wanted the response from the YouTube community was low because I just promoted it the day before I wanted to start it.
Right.
But the response from the Facebook side was phenomenal, and it was mostly all new people. So basically, you're going to put in your stuff. You're going to put in how many listings you've done a day. At the end of every week, 4 weeks, it's going to show you how many you did. So that'll add to your motivation. On the last week, you're going to put in last month's sales and then the current month's sales. And hopefully, if you did everything correctly, you're going to have a nice increase. So that's motivation for you. And then I do lasts about an hour show on Mondays, only for people in the group. It doesn't go to YouTube. It doesn't go anywhere but that channel, and you have to be a member. You have to be invited to come in. So I probably will start that again for October also. And we'll cap it again. I have as many as 50 people, 50 slots for people.
Oh, wow.
I have the forms already in there. All you got to do is open it, put your name in, and start putting your numbers in. Check out my channel. Most of the videos, like eBay 101, I took Susanna through listing her very first item on eBay from beginning to end. I've done that a few different times with different people. We talk about sourcing, where are good places to source on the computer from home. Because there's still people that don't want to go out.
Right.
And, they're still scared. Like down here in Florida, the pandemic is still pretty hot. So there's ideas on sourcing, ideas on what to look for, how to list, all that type of stuff. It's all mainly reseller centric.
And what are your plans on doing auctions? You coming back to that?
Yeah, if I don't hook up with somebody, I probably we'll start the swap meet again. I'm not sure.
Right.
As it comes closer to the end of the year, I don't know, because you can't get what you want to get at a YouTube auction than you can on eBay or Mercari. Of course, you still got to pack it and ship it, either one.
Right.
But you do get more money on the online sites than you would on a local auction.
Right.
Now, I do have a lot of wholesale stuff I could do, but
yeah. All right. We have BMOS coming in to join us.
Hello.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. You're not
Actually,
on YouTube.
haven't seen anybody in a while.
Exactly.
Tell everybody what you got going on, Laura.
Today at 1 p.m. Eastern, we have a book sale. Melanie, myself, and Ella will be doing the book sale. Then at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight, myself, Melanie, and Marion will be doing our regular auction. It's on my channel. Next week, we go to Melanie's channel, and we torture everybody on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, Thursday, 2 on Friday, because we're just nuts. Come for the laughs, stay for the deals.
I think that's an understatement, huh, girl?
We are crazy.
And how's Melanie's husband?
He is at home.
Okay.
So he is doing better. It's hard right now on Melanie, but because she's
those who
having
don't
to
know, keep Melanie's
him.
husband in your thoughts and prayers, because he was in a motorcycle accident, and so now I know he's back home. So definitely keep them both in your thoughts and prayers, please.
Wow.
Yeah. He had to have 3 surgeries on his leg. They had to. He has metal plates all over now.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought about you a week ago, Laura. One of the local auctions that I visit had some dominoes from the 40s.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
In the box. They looked excellent, but they went up to like $100 and something per box. They had 2 of them.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Depending on the brand, they can sell for a lot of money.
Yeah. I never thought they would, but boy, they went up.
Yeah. Well, if I ever put up my and I don't think I will, but if I ever put up my Ming Dynasty dominoes, those are gonna be up for quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so if anybody wants to come on, you're more than welcome. I do have the link in the blue box above in the chat. If you want to promote your channel or talk about something you have special going on, you're more than welcome to come in. Also, I'm going to put my link in here for my link tree. If you're interested in wanting to promote your channel, I do first come, first serve. So if you reach out to me, I'll make sure to get a date for you on the morning show, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, every Monday through Friday every week. Louis, the Lone Star Pick, I'm still waiting to get you on the morning show. Your schedule's off, so I can't get you on there yet. So I'm looking forward to getting a few of y'all on. So reach out to me and let me make sure I can get a date for you on the calendar. Don't forget, today at 2 p.m. Eastern, every other week on Fridays, we do the auction sale, and it's a buy it now auction every other week. And I stopped calling it a pop-up because it's always scheduled, so it's not considered a actual pop-up. So make sure you reach out to me on that as well. And if anybody wants to come on, you're more than welcome. I also have Paul's information in the description bar below if you miss it in the chat. It is in the description bar. Every morning before the show, I always put who is the guest in the description bar. Once they're on in the back room, I'll put their name on and save it. So it's always there as well if you miss someone. And you go back and watch any of the videos, you're more than welcome to catch that information in the description bar below. I do see my numbers are going down, and I don't want to keep Paul too much longer. But again, if you want to come on after the show is over, you're more than welcome to come and join us in the back room. The link is going to stay in the top of the chat. And also, always looking out for those who are doing sales. We have a good lineup today. So definitely come back in and check that out as well. And so if y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about before we end the show.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. So with that being said, like I always say before in each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. Have a blessed, fabulous day. And until we meet again later, peace out.
Bye.